سيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون خمسة سادسهم كلبهم رجما بالغيب ويقولون سبعة وثامنهم كلبهم قل ربي أعلم بعدتهم ما يعلمهم إلا قليل فلا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ظاهرا ولا تستفت فيهم منهم أحدا.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back, dear brothers and sisters. Alhamdulillah, in our previous session we did duals, how to use dual nouns, and we learned about the interrogative article, or you can say come, about how many and how what the noun comes after it. So we're just going to have a quick revision about muthanna, the duals, and what we learned about come. So just look at these sentences. You say hada kitabun. So how do you say for duals? You say hadani kitabani. So you got hada qalamun, we hadani qalamani. So hadihi will becomes hatani. So hadihi mistaratun. So it's a scale. Hadihi mistaratun, hatani mistaratani. Hada talibun. So is it hadani talibani. هذه طالبة will be هاتان طالبتان. So feminine will be هاتان and طالبتان. So هذا الرجل مدرس. See هذا مبتدا الرجل بدل and we have خبر. So how do we make a dual sentence here? هذان الرجلان مدرسان. هذا طالب من الهند. هذا الطالب من الهند. So هذان الطالبان من الهند. So how do we use come? So we know after come what comes a noun is a singular indefinite noun. So but however when we translate as a plural, like come, how many brothers or how many sisters, how many pens we say in English, but in Arabic it will be singular noun indefinite with fatha mansoob. So for example here you have come ukhtan laka, come qalaman indaka. So another thing to notice here in classical Arabic, what you see is whenever there's a relationship, when you're asking or interrogating about relations, we use laka, and if it is about objects, we use ainda. So for both means how many do you have? So how many brothers do you have? It's kam ukhtan laka, and how many pens do you have? Is kam qalaman indaka. Kam sayyaratan fil jamiati. How many cars in the jamia? Just do some more practice here. Come. So we have to use one word, any word you can say. For example, come kitaban indaka is an object. So inda, so it's an object. Come baitan fi qaryatika. Qaryati is village. Fi qaryatik. Darrajatu is bicycle. So we say come ajalatan. How many wheels for bicycle? So again here come, you can say relationships. Come ukhtan or come akhun laka. Come taliban fi faslikum. How many students in your class? Come sariran. How many beds fi ghurfatik in your room? So that's the how we learned about come and duals. So coming to, so we know the singular and duals. Coming to numbers now. So we're going to learn today how the numbers are said and how the numbers are used in a sentence in Arabic. As in, we know it's quite different, the concepts and how things come together in Arabic. The same will apply to numbers as well. So we will see there's a lot of things going on in numbers. So first of all, let's see how the numbers are said. So واحد اثنان ثلاثة أربعة خمسة ستة سبعة ثمانية تسعة عشرة. So this is 1 to 10. So in this book 1, Dr. Abdul Rahim introduces us to numbers 1 to 10. So we're going to learn number 1 to 10. So let's read again. It's واحد is 1, اثنان is 2, ثلاثة is 3, arba'atu is 4, khamsatu is 5, sittatu is 6, sab'atu is 7, thamaniyatun is 8, tis'atun is 9, asharatun is 10. So how do we use this in sentences? So this is where things are slightly different, so we need to understand. So if you want to say I have one brother, so when we use number one in a sentence, so just see how we use it. So we say li akhun wahidun. So li akhun wahidun. So wahid is number one. So this number one it always comes as a na'at. So when we translate, literal translation will be I have brother one, but we know when the naat comes we have to translate naat first. So I have one brother is li akhun wahidun. So it's naat man'ut relationship. So we can say indi kitabun wahidun. So I have one book. So the one comes after the man'ut kitabun wahidun. So we don't say indi wahidun kitabun. We don't say li wahidun akhun. It will be wrong. So li akhun wahidun li kitabun. Indi kitabun wahidun. Same thing with number two. So for example, we say indi qalamani ithnani. So normally if you just say qalamani, it's understood 2 pens, but when you have to use a number to give more emphasis, so then we have to bring it as a naat. So again here it's a naat man'ut relationships. Indi qalamani ithnani. Naat man'ut. So number one and number two. So that's why previous if you see here, so we gave different numbers because this 1 and 2 they behave differently. So when these numbers are used, they used as a naat. So but when you see from number 3, the things change. So we have to see what are the things that become change. So number 1 and 2 we have naat man'ud. So when we use, so from number 3, so what we have is mudaf ilahi relationship. So if we understand mudaf ilahi, so mudaf cannot have al, cannot have tanween. So the numbers when we use it in a sentence with along with the noun, so they cannot have tanween and they cannot have al, and the noun after it is mudaf ilayhi. So for example, if we say 3 books, so we translate in Arabic in the same way. So we have a number first and then we have got the object, but whereas for number 1 and 2 is the object first and then the number. So we need to remember this. So we say thalathatu kutubin. What do you say? Thalathatu. Why thalathatu? Because it's becoming mudaf and they cannot have al. So here thalathatu kutubin. So it's a mudaf ilayhi relationship. But there is something more happening here. So there's a lot of more to understand what is here. So here if we say the number is called adad and the number, the thing which is count is called ma'adud. Ma'adud. So if we see, we got ta marbuta here. That means we know this is a feminine, but what we have here is a masculine. So this is a unique thing in Arabic where when you count a masculine object, you have to remember this, when you count a masculine object, we use a feminine number. So this is like a magnet, opposite poles attract. So you have to remember that there's always the opposites come together in numbers. Whereas in most of the time we know it's like mubtada, khabar, naat, manut, everything has to match. Whereas when it comes to number, it is opposite. They are magnetic, that's north and south pole, so they come together. So adad, if ma'dud is masculine, then the adad will be feminine. So we're doing masculine nouns in this lesson, so we just stick to that. So that's why we say thalathatu kutubin. We don't say thalatha kutubin, it's thalathatu kutubin. So if it is ma'dud is feminine, then the adad will become masculine. So we'll do it later on, inshallah. So this is the second thing which we need to remember. So what is the other thing? So from 3 we need to remember 3 things. So one is that the relationship is mudaf ilayhi. Second thing is that the ma'dud, if it's masculine, then the adad is feminine. And the third thing is that the ma'dud, the thing which is counted, is Jam'u, we always use a plural noun for up to 10. So we're just doing up to 10. So up till 10, we use a plural noun. So that's are the three things which we need to remember. Just do some examples. ثلاثة كتب, أربعة كتب, خمسة كتب, ستة كتب, سبعة كتب, 7 books, ثمانية كتب, 8 books, تسعة كتب, 9 books, عشرة كتب, 10 books. Let's do one more example just to get more used to this. So if you want to say 3 pens, so we use a plural noun. See, aqlamin. So we know qalamun is aqlamin. So it's because why it is kasra, because it is mudaf ilayhi. So what about mudaf? So we have learned before that mudaf, it can have dhamma, it can have fatha, it can have kasra depending what comes before it. The same thing applies here. So mudaf cannot have al, cannot have tanween, but it can have fatha, dhamma, kasra depending what comes before it. So if you want to say 3 pens, 4 pens is arba'atu aqlamin, khamsatu aqlamin, sittatu aqlamin, sab'atu aqlamin, thamaniyatu aqlamin, tis'atu aqlamin, asharatu aqlamin. So if you want to say 3 houses, a small example, thalathatu buyutin. So now our plural knowledge will come handy here. So if you know plurals will be quite easy here. Arba'atu buyutin, khamsatu buyutin, sittatu buyutin, sab'atu buyutin, thamaniyatu 8 houses, tis'atu 9 houses, asharatu buyutin 10 houses. So last one we say waladun is singular, boy, awladun is plural. So we have to say salasatu 3 boys, salasatu awladin, arba'atu awladin 4 boys, khamsatu awladin 5 boys, sittatu awladin 6 boys, sab'atu awladin 7 boys, thamaniyatu awladin 8 boys, tis'atu awladin 9 boys, and asharatu awladin is 10 boys. Just see here again. So if it is wahid, it comes as a naat man'ud. So say kitabun wahidun. If it is ithnan, again naat man'ud. So the number will come afterwards, after the noun. Qalamani ithnani. Whereas from number 3, the number comes first, it is mudaf, and the noun comes afterwards, mudaf ilayhi, and the ma'dud is always jam'u, and the ma'dud and adad will be muannas if ma'dud is mudhakkar. So it is opposite way. So these are the 3 things which you need to remember. So salasatu kutubin, arba'atu rijalin, khamsatu awladin, sittatu riyalatin, 6 riyals, sab'atu abwabin, 7 doors, thamaniyatu qisasin, 8 stories, tis'atu ikhwatin. Ikhwatin is plural for akhun. So 9 brothers. Ashratu qurushin. Qurush means loans. So 10 loans. So this is how we use the numbers. So inshallah we'll practice more in our next class. So till then, just remember the concepts. We'll see you again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.